Welcome back. I'm Alex. This is Mr. Jones, 1969 Plymouth Valiant. Today, I'm going to be doing a couple projects. First off, 3 projects I know I want to work on: turbo downpipe, turbo oil feed line, and the transmission cooling system. So let's get to work on that stuff, and then we'll go from there. Maybe we can get some other stuff done too. Here's my downpipe, and what I was trying to do is use the biggest pipe possible. So this is a 3.5 inch pipe, and I have it bent down, and the problem is down here with the torsion bar, the engine, all that stuff, there's just not enough room for that 3.5 inch pipe. So what I did is I put it in the press with some flat plates, and I made it an oval. And the plan was to get two 2.5s and run them together, and then run dual exhaust, but that just won't fit. So now, one guy said he uses 3 inch and it fits really tight, and then another guy uses 2.5 and says it fits fine. So let's do some testing and see what's gonna work here. So I went ahead and cut off a piece of this, get it out of the way. Here I have a piece of 3 inch aluminum. It's intercooler piping, just something for testing purposes. And I got up underneath the car. Fits pretty tight, so we'll see. I'm about to put this back on, because what we're gonna have to do, whether we go with 2.5 or 3, we're gonna have to put us a reducer right here, and then a flange so we can disconnect it all and it can be serviceable. Then down here I have a piece of 2 inch or 2.5 inch, and that would probably do everything we need to do except for the reducer. If I go with 3 inch, I'm gonna have to order something like that probably. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the downpipe back on, and let's see which one of these we like better. The 2.5 is going to be easy peasy fitting through there, but I'd like to go with 3 if we can. I'll show you guys a quick comparison. This is the 3 inch. Okay, so quick comparison. Here's the 3 inch, and we have a little bit of room, but the bend coming out of here, you could see, would be pretty tight. And I'll show you the 2.5. Here's the 2.5. I have a lot more room to work with, and I already have the pipe, so. Okay, so you saw how tight the 3 is. It's doable, I think. I would like to do the 3, but I've talked to 2 people. They said do the 2.5, so I have that pipe. All I need is a reducer. Let's do 2.5. Let's get the car running. If we want to move to 3 later on, we can do that. But let's just get the car going. I'm gonna go ahead and slap on this oil feed line for the turbo. I just got that in, so it's a 36 inch right there. Got a 90 on the turbo side, and it has an AN set on the engine side. So Nick Craig hooked me up with 4 AN to 8 MPT, so I can plug that in to the block and then put the AN off to the side so we can go ahead and run this. Here I have 2 different kind of oiling blocks to screw into the back of the block. This one came off the Big Red whenever I bought it back a long time ago, and it'll face like this and have an angle coming out of the engine, and then it'll have another port back here for a sending unit. So I think I'm going to use this one. This one has it off at a 90, so I don't know. I'm going to try this one first. I'm going to polish it up real quick, then install it, see which one we like better. Have the turbo oil feed line hooked up there. Looks nice length there. Like I said, 36 inch, 90 on this side, straight on that side. I went ahead and plugged the other hole on this block here just in case we forget about it. But I need to put an oil pressure gauge on. I'll use that later. Then as far as securement, take care of that once everything's done and we start securing wiring and all. But next up, I want to go ahead and I'm going to take the cooler off of the Big Red, install the heatsink cooler on that for the transmission, and then see where we want to mount that. I believe it's going to be somewhere in here. And then we need to measure and look at routing. I think we're going to go with 6 AN line from the transmission to the cooler. So before I take the transmission cooler off of Big Red, I'm going to reevaluate, make sure that's what I want to do. But as you can see right there, it's just a regular fin style transmission cooler, and then this is the heatsink style. And me and David looked at this thing a while back ago and didn't really find a nice place for it. So I'm pretty sure this one's going to be swapped onto the red truck, and we'll use the flat one for the Valiant. But I'm gonna go ahead and reevaluate this thing for a few minutes, see if I can find out anything, find any good places for it to fit, and then I'll bring you guys back here in a minute. Okay, so I took my cover off over the radiator here on Big Red, looking at this cooler, and there's the heat sink. This is an 18-inch, and I really just don't see anywhere that I like it. So I think we're just gonna order another one of those, put it on Mr. Jones, save that for another project another day. The only place that I found that I like is behind the bumper, and then it wouldn't get any flow. So just gonna order another one of those and yeah, use the traditional style. All right, so now I'm in the back of the car looking at this brake line I was talking about in the last video. It's too short, so what I'm doing here is just trying to get as many parts ordered as possible so we can just get this project done. And it looks like I'm gonna look at some fittings, but I'm thinking if we put a 90 here and a 90 here, we'll be okay. But if not, then we'll just order a longer line. So just gonna add that to the list. Okay, so me and Big Red had a talk, and he's not wanting to give up the transmission cooler. So we're just gonna leave that alone. The heatsink one, just gonna leave it for another project. I'm gonna go ahead and order a small cooler to go right here. We'll fab up a little bracket, and I was looking at AN fittings and hose and all that stuff and how I'd route it. And I actually think the best thing to do is to order some factory steel lines. They're only $40. Run them up front, and they split when they come up front. So you have one that comes on this driver's side, one that goes on the passenger side. One that goes on the driver's side, I think I'm just gonna bend it, run it over to the passenger side. That way it'll stay away from all the heat from the crossover pipe, run it underneath, and then right up to the cooler from the bottom right here. I think that's gonna be the best bet. It's gonna be a clean look, and it's gonna be a little less expensive because AN line fittings, once you add it all up, can add up to be kind of pricey. So I think that's the best way to do it. My brake line I found on Burnett Performance. I found this is a 14-inch. I found a 16-inch with a 90 on one side and a straight on the other side. I got up underneath the car. I think that's gonna work for us. So I ordered that. It was only like $8. So I'll order one of those. Also need a reducer for the exhaust, 3.5 to 2.5. And that'll be what I need to get started, or actually to get the exhaust down underneath the car and started running back. And I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, so not a labor intensive day here, not getting a lot of work done, but definitely getting parts ordered for the next project. So you see we do have wiring laying around, and gonna try to get that done one evening this week and hopefully completely done. One thing I wanted to mention before I go is on this thermostat, some guys have commented that you know, need to do a collaboration with Adam and have that thing made up like that, but he is in Utah and I do not know when he's getting back, and we're trying to get this thing done, so still working on that. But yeah, we're gonna figure something out. Okay, well that's gonna do it for today. This is just a quick video, keep you guys updated, let you know I'm working on the car. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you soon.